morning, everybody. It's a new day. We're going to go to pattern-collections.com to get the daily pattern. Just go to the home page, scroll down until you get to Pattern Focus. Click on Pattern Focus. Remember, I don't use an app. I just use the website. I just happen to access it on my phone. It looks slightly different on the desktop, but not much different. Scroll down to today's tangle, which is Fungies. Now, I must say that this is an older pattern, and I have done this one before, just by knowing by the name. So this was one that was created by Leslie Crumpler, who is a CZT. She did it in 2010, and so this has been around a while. So yeah, I have done this one before. Super delightful, fun pattern to do. First thing you'll do is you'll do two kind of slight curves going this way and this way. And then at the bottom of those two curves, you'll make kind of a woggly line, however you want to make that line. You can make that line just perfectly straight and curvy. You can make the line going this way, or you can kind of zigzag it, or you can make it big jaggedy. You can do it however you want. It's just an organic little line going across these two pieces like that. Then number 3, you do another one coming straight out of the middle of that one, or curving one way or the other. These parts here don't have to be straight up and down. They can start having angles to them. And then number 4, you will take this part right here and go behind and fill this in with dark right in this spot there. Okay, and then what it creates is that, especially if once you do your shading. Zoom that in a little bit. There you go. It'll create something like that. And you can go in various directions, and you can add it with other tangles. And see on this one, down here at the bottom, they embellished it with little dots along one side. And then up here at the top, they added some fescue in here. You can do all sorts of things with this. This is a very organic, fun tangle to do, and it's quick. So let's get started. I want to make sure I have this string that I'm working on. So on my tile, I want to put, I don't know, I'm going to put a pencil border. I may or may not use the border for this tangle, but I want to use it to get my string started. And my string's going to come up and around like that, and down and around like that. That's going to be my general idea for that. And then grab my pen. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start both of my stacks of these coming out of the corners, and I'll probably follow that curve, sort of, kind of building a group of them going this way and a group of them going this way. That's what I'm kind of thinking at the moment. Who knows what will actually happen, but that's what I'm thinking. So I'm gonna start here and just kind of go. So you want 2 lines, one at the bottom. They're going to kind of curve out, and I'm really far away, you can't see. Okay, so they're going to go kind of like that. I think I need them a little bit wider, but for right now it's okay. And then kind of just like a line like that. And I'm going to do another one. Make it a little bigger. A line like that. And I am going to curve these out. Oops, probably should have had a little flare to it. That's okay, this one can have a better flare. As long as you have this opening here bigger than at the top, that's the whole kind of point. And one more maybe. Like that. Okay, that's going to be my base shape for this one. And then you'll do this little thing where it comes like this and behind, and then just fill that in, and that gives you that kind of look like this is going into a little funnely shape thing here. And this line doesn't have to be a straight curve either. If you want that back line to be ruffly, you know, go right ahead. I feel like it's early in the morning for me. I'm not usually drawing this early in the morning, but it's when I had an opportunity, so I'm grabbing it. My schedule has changed a little bit. I don't know if this is going to be the schedule I'll be working moving forward or not, but for this week, most of my shifts are mid-shift. We call it mid-shift. I'm not opening, I'm not closing. I'm working right in the middle of the day. So I had opportunity here this morning. I've got an hour or so where I have time to do a little bit of drawing. There we go. Okay, and now I'm going to build one going this way. I am sorry, I'm a little froggy this morning. Of course, usually by the time I start my drawing, I've been talking all day, so don't usually have this issue. Come out of the corner, flare. See how those can be super organic and fun? You can even pull them behind. Maybe I'll do that with this one. I'll do one here. And I'm going to go back behind here. Like that. We'll make that one go all the way around. And then come back and fill in your behind parts. Isn't this fun? This is easy and fun to do. Go. And the shape of these back here don't really make any difference either, as long as when you come across here that these kind of line up so that your eye assumes that that's one continuous line right there. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it helps if your eye thinks it goes all the way across. And then that last one, you need just a little bit, kind of finish it off. Okay, so now what do I want to do? I think I'm going to do one coming out of, still coming out of here. Oops, that needed to be more wide, but that's okay. I'll just do it like that. I wish I could turn on some music, but the whole YouTube copyright police thing doesn't really lend itself to that. I do have a couple tunes that I downloaded that are supposed to be copyright free, but I'm even afraid to use those because I've heard from other YouTubers. I'm in a group with, it's called Creative Arts Collaboration. It's a group, Facebook group for people to support each other who have YouTube channels, art-based YouTube channels. And I've discovered that people who used YouTube's, right from YouTube, the music that says it's copyright free, royalty free music that comes straight from YouTube's archives and library, right? They use that in their background of their videos, and then if the content creator of that music pulls permission to use it from YouTube, then apparently you still get zinged with the content infringement, even when you had permission at the time to use it. And so I'm just afraid to even try. I suppose I could find some classical music, because classical music is out of the domain, as long as it's not in you know, a modern version. But if it's just straight classical music, I could probably use that because it's no longer under copyright. So maybe I'll try putting some of that on my phone. Just somebody's symphony doing classical. That might work. I don't know, I'm just really afraid. Don't want to get zinged by the YouTube police. They'll take down my video. I think I want one coming under there. I'm gonna come That's getting a little complicated. Pay attention to where my ends are going. Yeah, that's better. Come out from under there. There we go. Okay, what else do I want? I think I want one more coming there. That. This is easy. It looks really more formal if you do them all straight in a row and you know, just not as flowy as I'm doing them. My right sides are not the same as my left sides. My little swoop under here is not as big as on the sample. That's what I like. It's what I want to do. So that's what I'm doing. Just following my instincts here. Okay. Oh, I like that. Okay, so what I want to do, don't like the way they're ending. I want to do something like there. Maybe some little tendrils coming out of the bottoms. Some of them. Something like that. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so now I'm going to shade. And need to do something with these ends here. I guess I need to put the box in. I'm just going to do a shaded box. And I'm going to just do, I'm not going to do the whole thing, I don't think. Well, maybe. Yeah, I guess I'm doing the whole thing. Okay. I'm just going to do the shaded box. And then I'm going to shade just right there on those stems, right at the base of the stem on all of them. So that they're like coming out and shaded, and then of course where there's overlap, which for some reason I didn't start that way, and that's bugging me that I didn't start that way. Well, I guess I did, because this is overlap as well, so I guess technically I started at the overlap. this one goes that way, and then this one came down and went this way. There's overlap there, there's overlap there, lots of overlap. Oh, that one needs some tendrils coming out of its end, because that's an end one. Like that. Okay. And then this one goes this way. So it's going to start here and comes this way. And it goes this way. That way. It goes there. And there. And that overlaps there. Okay. Now for a bit of smudging. Smudging. Oh, I just had a thought. I need to write this down before I forget, because sometimes that happens when I'm drawing. I will end up with a thought. Okay, wrote it down. I'll end up with a thought, and because I'm letting my mind kind of wander a little bit as I'm shading here, because it's just an easy, natural thing to do. And then by the time I'm done with the tile, I will have forgotten the thought. And that one was kind of important, so it was a thing I needed to take care of later. So I want to make sure I remember to do it. Okay, that goes that way. That way. Turn my tile so I'm feeling more. Is that, you see how that's bringing that out when I'm doing this? Just a little bit of shading right there where it's coming out from behind each one of those. That's making all the difference. Okay, and then I want the box, and I think I want the box, I want the shading of the box on the inside here. The box looks different whether you put your stump on this side of the line or on this side of the line. I want the box to have the shadow on the inside. Sometimes I want the box the other way around. Today I felt like it needed to go that way. There we go. I like that. Yep. Feeling good. All right. Let me decide how it's going to live. Yeah, I think it's living that way. It's living this way. All right, there we go. There's my fungies on string number 30. That was a pretty quick one. That means I enjoyed myself. It means it was easy to do. It means you don't have to think really hard to do the tangle, which is a perfect Zentangle. You shouldn't have to think really hard. If you're having to think too hard, then it's a pattern, but it's not a Zentangle. And I don't mind doing patterns. I think patterns are great. I love patterns, which is one of the reasons why it's draw patterns with Dawn, not draw Zentangle with Dawn. Because it's all pattern and it's all good. But if you want to have a true Zen tangle, it has to be something that you can do in a couple of steps, that you can, once you've started, that you can just continue and make it grow kind of on its own, spontaneously, without having to think about it too hard. And this is one of those. Super easy. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to be done now. I think I have time. Yeah, I have time to do one more this morning before I have to run off to work. So, you go out and have a great day. Be a blessing to somebody today. I know I will try my best. I go out there and interact with my customers and really empathize with them. I've learned over the years that yes, you can just be a really good cashier and hi, do you have your membership card, your form of payment, whatever, thank you very much, and just kind of like a robot. I can get into that robot mode when it gets really super busy and I just want to boom, 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 get customers out. But right now it's really nice because it's kind of slow, busier than we thought we would be, but still kind of on the slow side. And so I have time to chat with the customer, and they say, oh, I've been watching the store open and it's right across the street, or I live just around the corner, and having that little bit of time to interact with these customers will, it's making my day, and I'm learning more about them and how to help them have a better day. And, it's all about helping each other. It really is. That's what life's about. It's about helping each other and being kind and loving. And that is what I'm trying to do. And I know that I cannot do this every day. I'm not perfect. I know that. And I know I have off days. But I really am striving every day. This is part of my prayer every morning, is that I can go out and make somebody's day better. Even if it's only one person. I'm trying to make more than one person's day better, but sometimes all I have it in me is one person, and that's okay. God appreciates my heart, and that's where I'm trying to be, even if I'm not perfect at it. That's my own personal feeling. So I ask that you go out and help make the world a better day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.